Good morning and welcome to my channel. Whew. Okay, so I've been trying to do this YouTube channel for 5 years now. Okay? And every time I start it, I don't post what I record. And the reason why I don't post what I record is because basically I'm afraid. That's it. That's the truth. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what you all are going to think. I'm afraid of exposing my insecurities. I'm afraid of going back down that path of pain. But I'm doing it. This is it. No holds barred. I'm taking that leap into the unknown, and I'm going to share what I've experienced over these last 10 years. And I'm not trying to say my life is super, super difficult and other people haven't had worse, because who am I to say that? But what I am going to say is what I've experienced might help somebody out there feel like, oh wow, I relate to Sasha. I've been there. I know that feeling. And thankfully there's somebody that I can watch that's been through it, that might be able to offer me some tips and tricks on how to deal with it, manage it, walk through it. Because I know it's hard. I know it's hard. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is she talking about? Okay, so my YouTube channel is called Tenacious Butterfly. And the reason that I've named it that is because basically I'm tenacious and I feel like I'm a butterfly. And it sounds stupid, and I know, and I'm probably babbling here, and there's no editing happening here, so I got to keep rolling. But basically, in 2012, I was diagnosed with lymphoma, Anaplastic Large T-Cell Lymphoma. Okay, so those of you that don't know what lymphoma is, it's a cancer of the lymph nodes. Okay, so that's your waste system in your body that's responsible for removing all toxic waste. It's that liquid, basically, within your system. And obviously, prior to being diagnosed, I had no idea what lymphoma was. It wasn't even on my radar. I knew about breast cancer, lung cancer, the common ones, the ones that are out there. Lymphoma, I had no clue. But anyway, went to the doctors 2012, had a lump. The doctors kind of fobbed me off. I was healthy, right? As far as I was concerned, I was healthy. Living a vegetarian life, well, pescatarian, loved fish, right? But living that lifestyle, okay, I'm lying. I was more of a starchitarian than even a pescatarian. Everything was refined carbs, and I'd throw in a piece of fish for good measure. I digress. Basically, I went to the doctors, and the doctor said, no, there's nothing wrong with you. It's probably just a cyst. We'll watch and wait and see, give you some antibiotics, and off you go. So I went away, and no, hold on. Mistake. See, so much happened. I'm making mistakes. They didn't think it was a cyst straight away. They thought it was an infection, which is why they gave me antibiotics, right? So I went away with a 5-day course of antibiotics to take orally. Did that. And basically, it didn't clear up. So I went back. They gave me another 5-day course of antibiotics, saying that, sometimes infections are really strong and you may need 2 doses to really knock that away. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it again. I did it again, and I took the tablets and it didn't disappear. And to me, and people say I'm paranoid, but I felt like it was growing. I felt like, oh my God, I can really feel this now. It started off about the size of a £2 coin, which would probably be a $2 coin in Canada. I have no idea what size coin that would be in America, if you're watching in America. But hey, a $2 coin size. So it was small. And then it grew. I felt it grew. So I went back. And then they said, okay, so possibly it's a cyst. We're just going to wait and watch. And I said, hey, this is growing. I don't know if we've got time to wait and watch. But anyway, they decided that that was what they were going to do. And I wasn't in any pain. I didn't have any other symptoms. I just knew inside. It's like intuition. I just knew something weren't right. I just felt it. can't explain what it was. People might say it's God, the creator, Allah, Jehovah. I don't know what you want to call it, right? But deep down in me, I felt like something's not right here. Something's just not right. I know. And I think everybody knows when something's off, right? Anyway, so then I went and got a second opinion from an outpatient clinic, which is open on the weekend because the doctors aren't in the UK, right? So I went and went to the walk-in clinic, and they did a little test, like felt the area and etc. And then they said to me, "Oh, I'm afraid you've got hernia." Hernia, you know. Now, I don't profess to be a doctor, but from what I know about hernia, you are in excruciating pain. I weren't in any pain at all. So I was kind of like, that can't be right. Went home, Googled hernia, of course, and lo and behold, that wasn't what I had. So by now I was getting frustrated because this thing's growing, and it's been like a month since I've been to the doctors, and it's growing, and I can feel it through my leggings. Okay, lie. I didn't wear leggings back then. Jogging pants, okay? I could feel it through my jogging bottoms for the gym and Zumba. And I could feel it. And I was like, okay, no, this is not right. Went back to the doctors and kind of threw my toys out my pram. It's an English saying meaning weren't happy. Told them point blank, you need to figure out what's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. Do your damn job. Anyway, so they were taken aback by my attitude, and they said, okay, we'll give you a blood test. And I said, that's not enough. I need you to figure out what's going on. Something is seriously going on with me. I'm not sexually active. My partner at the time was away, right? So he's now my husband, by the way. But my partner at the time was away. So how, like, it's got nothing to do with him or sex or anything, you know. It's clearly something going on internally with my body. I need some help. And so basically, they said, all right, we are going to send a request for you to go for an ultrasound at the local hospital. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, let's see what's happening in there. And bearing in mind, I've got 2 children. So I'd been through ultrasounds before. However, to see the baby, right? To see the babies, not to look what's going on in my groin area. But anyway, I digress again. I waited, I went home. I waited for the letter. It came 2 weeks later with a date to go and have my ultrasound. So I went to the ultrasound. And on that ultrasound, that's when I saw like all these dark shadows, and I couldn't figure out what was what. You know, like it's different when you go and you've got a baby in there. Yeah, like, come on, they explain this is the head, this is the back, it's where the spine line, and you can kind of figure it out. You still can't really see. I think a lot of people pretend that they can see, like, oh, that's my full baby. But you can't really, it's still a bit fuzzy. But anyway, you can probably make out the head because the head's normally big, right? I'm going to do this a lot. You might notice I jump from one thing to another, and it's just my personality, and you'll get used to me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just how I am. Let's get back to the point. So we're looking at the ultrasound, and like I said, I can't figure out what's going on. All I know is there's dark shadows, and I'm saying to the radiographist, I think that's what they're called, I'm saying, so what does this mean? What's going on with me? And they won't tell me anything, but I can tell. You know, like you can tell when someone's seeing something that doesn't look good to them, and they're trying their hardest to not let on that anything's wrong. So I'm like, okay, something's not right. I can see that, but okay, fine. Let's just wait and see. Anyway, I go home after that, knowing that nothing's 100%, but waiting. And I won't say patiently because there's nothing about me that's patient. But I was waiting to hear back from the doctors. So lo and behold, I go back to the doctors and they tell me, yes, Asher, there seems to be a mass of lumps from your groin going down your left leg. So I'm like, a mass of lumps? What do you mean, a mass of lumps? Like, what's that? What does that mean? And they're like, oh, well, we can't be 100% sure, and it would be wrong of us to kind of guess at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a biopsy, which means we're going to take a piece of it and test it and figure out exactly what the problem is. So I said, oh, so there is a problem, right? That's what you're saying. There is a problem. Well, no. We're not saying there's a problem. We just don't know, and we'd like to figure out. And I said, okay. Is this biopsy going to hurt me? Oh, no. We're just taking a piece and we're going to test it. That's all. It's a painless procedure. You will go under anesthetic because we will need to cut open the area and take a piece. But you'll be healed within 3 days, and you'll make sure that you have pre-operative assessment explaining every single thing in the procedure. I said, okay, sounds good. Yeah, let me know. When are we doing it? Let's do it ASAP. And they said, well, you'll get a letter in the mail with the date, and make sure that you attend that pre-op assessment, and then yes, you'll have your biopsy. So I'm like, okay, sounds good. I'm up for that. And I get the letter in the mail, and lo and behold, the pre-op assessment on my bloody birthday. Yeah, on my 31st birthday. I know I don't look as old as I am. Jokes. Anyway. But seriously, on my 31st birthday.